Hey everyone, welcome back. This is Mike from Miskatonic Investigations, and today we're going to talk about cryptids, specifically Bigfoot in New York State. Now, there's been a lot of cryptid sightings, which we'll talk about in future episodes, most notably some lake monsters in Lake Champlain, the Champ, and there's a few other kind of lake monsters that border the New York region, and there's also been a number of non-Bigfoot-like cryptids that have been sighted in New York State. Of course, near New York and New Jersey, there's the Jersey Devil, which is not too far from New York, and but very rarely do you see cryptids in New York City. You see them upstate, which is a lot more mountainous and wild and remote than people might realize. But in New York City, of course, you have the famous alligators in the sewer, and there have been, which we'll talk about, extraterrestrial or alien abductions from people in New York, including in high-rise buildings. But we're going to talk about just Bigfoot today, or Bigfoot-like creatures today, in upstate New York. And these are in the Whitehall region in Kinderhook. There have been reports through the Adirondack and Catskill Mountains that people have had these experiences. So of course, people always wonder what is it, and nobody knows. Obviously, some people think it's nothing. It's a misidentification of bears or large dogs or wolves. Occasionally, animals might get on their hind legs, so it looks like they're standing on 2 feet and they're more bipedal than quadrupeds, but but who knows? Obviously there can be some fakery as well, but some people also could believe it's an unknown creature, maybe a remnant of a species that we thought had died out. Some people might think maybe it's a mutation. They're natural mutations that happen to bears and animals that may make them look more monstrous, but other people think that it is an unknown creature, a remnant of an earlier time, and that managed to survive in remote areas of the country and of the world. And so, but encounters with these creatures can be quite frightening. Now, usually, from what I've read, they are they avoid contact with humans. And they kind of have more of a live and let live. They can be aggressive, I suppose, like all animals. If they feel their territory is being intruded on, perhaps if they're protecting something, maybe they had just killed an animal or something, and they feel like you're a competitor. Or for some other reason. But of course, like all animals, they're unpredictable. So who knows why they sometimes do what they do. The best bet is just to avoid them and leave them alone or walk away if you see them. Obviously, if they are in your home, if they're on your land, if you live upstate or in a remote area, and they are coming around and threatening your livestock or your pets, and certainly you or your family, you need to do something about that. And there are a variety of ways that can be used to get them to not come near you, and non-violent ways. Obviously, there's people that are hunters and all that, and they have certain ways of dealing with threats. And certainly, if a person was attacked, like say by a bear, or I know out west people have like cougars and things like that, or if an animal is rabid, you need to protect yourself and your loved ones in as strong a way as you possibly can. But ideally, you don't want to engage any more than you have to, and so there are some less deadly ways. Obviously, you have to check your local laws and what have you. But sometimes people would have you see at farms, they have like a little electrified fencing, which is not electrified, but it gives just a little shock, nothing dangerous. But that can be around your property. Again, you want to check local laws, make sure that that's legal. You don't want to accidentally hurt anyone. But that's one example. Lights and noises that can scare them off. Perhaps even if they're around looking for food and what have you, maybe If you left food or garbage, and some people think that if you kind of saturated it with salt, it's the last thing they want. They'd kind of run away and say, I don't want to. So there's a few little things that you might be able to do to discourage them from coming along and say, this is not a good place for you to be. You're not going to get what you want here. Again, finding out what it is they do want. Why are they there? Is it the garbage that they're interested in, the food, livestock? Especially if it's new, is it their stomping grounds where they just go back and forth as they travel during the different seasons? And if so, why did they just start showing up now? So you want to try to figure out what it is they want in the area. If you just happen to be walking around them, in your camping, just live and let live. Stay in your tent, keep your head down. It's scary. It's a scary situation, but you don't need to necessarily do anything. Certainly don't take food into the tent with you, because any animal, including a bear or what have you, will want to go where the food is, and if it's in the tent with you, they'll want to get into the tent, not to get you, but to get the food, and if you're there. So you just, again, avoidance is the best thing, and there's some slight things that you can do to protect yourself that I can certainly share with you and talk to you about if you need it. So if you or anyone has a problem with these encounters, let me know, and I'd be happy to talk to you more about it. I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you in the next video.